Stray sets you in a post-humanity world where humanity fled underground, but in the vacuum of humanity becoming extinct or vacating the world, robots have taken over as a sentient race of the underground shelter. The game sets you off into its world as a small orange tabby that falls into the sewers of the sheltered city. As one of the most adorable video game protagonists of all time, you are tasked with exploring the city's walled environments to escape and smell the air that you once breathed before falling into the city. Let's first talk about the underground city itself. Being a cat in this world allows game design to be more vertical than horizontal in city areas. Verticality is especially explored in one of the cities, which allows you to climb up ladders to the very top of a tree and ride buckets down to get to the base roots of the tree. Each chapter environment has its own feel, from the slums being a gritty area being harassed by a terror of monsters, to the final area being terrorized by corporations and a tyrannical security protocol. Some areas do feel the linear base design from point A to point B, but the verticality of the city hub areas does make up for these smaller areas. Gameplay in the city hub areas has you conducting simple gathering tasks to complete missions for the citizens, which sometimes nets you trinkets and collectibles. While the more linear gameplay in between these areas turns into puzzle platforming in attempts to find switches and levers by moving boxes or moving barrels. The platforming gameplay does sometimes have its flaws though. The pathfinding and prompts can lead to some mishaps when jumping from AC units to other objects. Missing jumps doesn't lead to an immediate death, but it does lead to some moments where looking for a prompt doesn't always come up when jumping from ledge to ledge. Though in areas where you're running from tiny terrors known as Zerks, missing a prompt because you're too close to the ledge does lead to some sad endings for your kitten. And yes, before we go into some sound design for the game, you are able to mess up someone's day or adorably cuddle up for a scenic view of some of the areas. The soundtrack is an ambient bliss of tones that fade in and out of scenes, but I never felt it was overbearing any portion of the game. Pressing B to meow is an adorable function placed in by developers, but whereas it does have a gameplay hook in some small sections, it could have easily been a distraction if not done without some good sounds of a cat meowing. This game does have diametric sound design though, and it's very fitting in for smaller rooms and interior areas through cassette players or even jukeboxes. Story and dialogue are told through text where there actually is no voiceover other than noises from your friendly robots, which it does make sense in this world to have no speech where there are no humans to interact with. With a good combination of heartwarming storytelling throughout the game and finding secrets to uncover in various hidden spots, Stray does have some trouble sticking to some of its landings. Though, like every good cat, Stray does indeed stick the overall landing and earns itself a strong recommendation for purchase.